Hello and welcome. It's times like these where it is very unfortunate that I do not live in Florida. This weekend was packed with special events. Between the opening of Food and Wine, which I will be able to attend before it ends in November, Halloween Horror Nights, which looks so good, and I'm also sad I won't be able to attend that this year. At least I'm grateful there's so many POVs of the houses to appreciate online, and the event that all of us Disney fans wait for every year, D23, or in Florida's case, Destination D23. The supposed to be smaller compartment where it's not as many breaking news, but yet normally we would get announcements and breaking news. Normally they've held a parks panel. This is where they covered all the good and bad changes coming to the parks, and it was missing this year for some reason. We still did get a couple of new updates though, as well as a lot of updates on items that weren't related to the parks. Now, I have been watching and doing a little recap for a couple years now, and it's been both good and bad because the changes that they've gone through haven't been the best at times, but then there's been some good ones. We're all about balance here. But it was very interesting that they didn't have any park updates at all, except for a very few minor announcements, but nothing dedicated to a specific parks panel. And instead, the way that the convention worked this year, from what I could see at home, it was much more of a hands-on convention, and it looked a lot more fun to be able to attend in person. They had a lot more generic panels. Through the D23 website, they did live stream a portion of the panels during this weekend. Saturday included a spotlight on the Three Caballeros, which was wonderful to celebrate. It's a big anniversary year for it. A panel for Disney Around the Globe India, and a spotlight on Disney on Broadway, although we didn't get any updates for that panel, just performances. Sunday focused on the Disney Channel panel, a panel for Disney Around the Globe, China, and a spotlight on the Disney castles. And any announcements that they held, they did announce through their social media. So I got to see on Instagram what was going on, get all the announcements as they were coming out, and Instagram did show a lot with the stories. So they still were keeping everyone at home informed. But it was still very interesting that there was no specific major news. Even though I have not gotten to attend D23 in person yet, this year really made me want to, especially being in Florida. I feel like they did a lot more events outside of the convention. They had a lot of deals with Disney Springs going on where they did a lot of collaborations. So you were incentivized to go to Disney Springs and to do stuff there. They had a Custopia water park event, which looked so much fun. I want to do a Typhoon Lagoon event again. I'm so grateful I got to do one when I was doing the college program a decade ago at this point. It was so fun to do it at night. Typhoon Lagoon, any water park at night, is just so much fun and so much better of an experience at night compared to in the day. It's more magical, I guess, because you don't get to do it often. I know that they have started to do more water park events and testing it. I love that idea. And if I'm able to in the future, I would love to go. And it was also just really cool to see a lot of the Disney Channel and the Disney stars of the past be there, get to see their stories throughout Instagram. I follow Jake Thomas and Jason Marsden, and both of them were at the event for their events. Jake Thomas was a part of the Disney Channel panel.
Lizzie McGuire, let's hear it for Jake Thomas!
What's up, Destination D23?
Jason Marsden was there to celebrate the 30th anniversary of a Goofy movie, because they've been celebrating that all year long, as well as Bill Farmer, who is the voice of Goofy, of course. And let me humble brag, because it's the only successful thing I've had so far. I'm a part of the documentary, Not Just a Goof, so if you haven't seen it, I'm in there for like 3 seconds. So technically, I'm a part of the Goofy movie. Let me have this. Can that be my in to get into Disney media? At this point, I'm on Disney Plus. I am physically on Disney Plus. You can go and watch the movie and you can see me on Disney Plus, and that's like my highlight of my career so far, so I have to brag about it.
Excited to get out there. It's Destination D23.
It's incredible. 30 years after it came out, a Goofy movie is more popular, more beloved than it ever has been.
They also did have the 30th anniversary of a Goofy movie that they screened, and it was really cool to see. And I know they had it on the road throughout the summer, but not a date near me. And they're doing it again with Home Alone And I've never seen Home Alone. I've never watched it as a Christmas film. But it is coming to New York. And so I am curious to see. And I'm debating if I should go see it. Because I know it's more of a special event. I love this. I love anything that's community based. We need more of this. I love being a part of the Disney community. I love seeing the Disney community come together. And any type of these events where you get to be a community and be present and have special things, I love and I adore. That's why I love Comic-Con so much. Because it's so funny that these events are the new big thing now. But I'm here for it. Like I love this, and I'm really happy to be able to be in a time where this is happening. But that's a big rabbit hole discussion for another day. So even though I am up north, not able to get down to the event, it is something on my radar, and I would love to be able to attend in person next year. I know California is a really big year, so it's much more accessible for me to get to Florida than it is to California, but hopefully that changes soon. With all that being said, I still want to talk about what we learned for this weekend and the news that we got, even though it was a little bit of a slow news week in terms of what they announced. They did focus a lot more on the popcorn buckets coming throughout the year, because popcorn buckets are a thing. More news about the cruises, and I've still not been on a Disney cruise, so that is not my realm of interest. I would love to do a Disney cruise, but my focus is always Walt Disney World, and then the history of Disneyland, and I do need to learn more and to experience Disneyland, because without Disneyland, we wouldn't be here. One of the Saturday morning panels that they held was the Walt Disney Films panel, which is a returning panel from each year prior. Within the film panel, they did announce more updates to Zootopia 2. I am so excited for Zootopia 2. I've been waiting for this film. I am such a Zootopia stan, and this is the one sequel that is needed and warranted and loved, and I love the Zootopia representation. So we did get Patrick Warburton is now going to be a part of it, as well as Yvette Nicole Brown. We also got updates about Toy Story 5, and that they pointed out that Conan O'Brien is going to be a part of it as Smarty Pants. Now this is news I've already known, and I am a Conan O'Brien stan as well. I adore Conan O'Brien. He is my favorite talk show host and probably favorite comedian. So even though I feel like Toy Story 5 is not needed at all, for Conan, you got it. I will be there. I will be ready to watch for Conan O'Brien, because I adore Conan O'Brien so much.
Hey, Conan O'Brien here. I've got big news. I'm going to be in Toy Story 5.
They also announced that we're going to have a Buzz Lightyear balloon in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. It's coming back for the 30th anniversary of Toy Story, which is next year, which is crazy that it's 30 years old, but that's coming up as an anniversary. And ironically, I've never been to the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, even though New York is in my backyard. It's just one of those events where it's so crowded, and unless you know the right spot to be and you have to get there so early, it would be really cool to see. It would be really cool to see. And I know I'm privileged to have that so close to me, but I want to wait until I can be luxurious and watch it from either a hotel room or an office building, or be a part of it, get invited to see it, and to be able to get the luxurious treatment. So, because it's just comfy to watch it on TV. I'm totally fine watching it on TV and enjoying all the balloons and all the things. But I do love Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. And that actually be really cool to talk about, Disney's involvement with it over the years. I will have to do my research on it, but that might be a new video coming out soon. They also did announce that we're getting a new film, Hexed, which is going to be more of a magic-based film. And I'm here for that. You know I love my witches, my magic. Yes, please, give me more. Give me more gothic, magic-adjacent, whimsigoth films. Anything, any stories. Love it. But I haven't known the Owl House. I have seen a lot of comments online where people were talking about how it's basically the same plot as the Owl House. And I never saw the Owl House. So I might have to go watch that to see what I'm missing out on. But we'll see how it goes. We literally just got the plot. Nothing else. It's still in development and it's scheduled to come out next year. So we'll get more in the next coming months, I'm sure. And of course, they also left some spot to talk about the future events coming to D23. So of course, D23 in California next year. They're doing more tours in California to be able to walk where Walt Disney walked, which is so cool. But I'm not in California. And there's so many events happening in California specifically. And it's always been that way with D23. And I understand that's where it all started. But can we please get some more events on the East Coast? Especially New York, please? Because like I would love to be able to partake in the fun. And I understand too, in the middle of the country, a lot of people don't get that either. But like it's literally so California based, and then a sprinkle for Florida, and then maybe a dash for New York. And I'm like, can we please get more? Please, thank you. Even though we didn't have an official parks panel, like I mentioned previously, we still did get a few new park announcements. They were minor, but positive. I'm really excited about this. So the first thing we got told was about the Carousel of Progress. They're going to add Walt Disney as an animatronic into the intro, which is very sweet and very historical. I still really wonder what he would feel knowing he's an audio animatronic himself, because he was a real person, but then he also did Lincoln. So like he created Abe Lincoln to be an animatronic for his parks. So now Walt Disney is an animatronic in both of his parks. But I love this because Carousel of Progress is an original ride that should never go away. And I'm happy that they're continuing to add to it because it means that it should stay. And this is a really, really positive change. So I'm here for this. We love this. Yes, let's celebrate that. The other news that we got specifically for Walt Disney World is Cinderella's Castle is coming back to its original color scheme. It's so funny because they painted this for the 50th, and we all know the 50th was a flop. And hopefully now the direction they're going in will fix all this. So we're going to get our original blue and white castle back. It's going to be classic Cinderella once again. That's totally fine. I just think how much money did they waste on this paint job only to have it revert back to the normal colors a couple of years later. Oh well. But that was basically the main news. So nothing. They've always had a park panel, and any news we're going to get, any major news is going to be at D23, either California or Florida. So we'll have to wait and see. They did have a panel a couple weeks prior that was a separate panel away from D23 that did give us more details on the Muppets roller coaster, as well as updates to Big Thunder Mountain reopening and the opening of the new Zootopia attraction in the Tree of Life in November. So I should be able to experience that. They said that D23 in California 2026 is going to be the biggest event so far. Who knows what they're going to announce? Who knows what's going to happen? I would love to go. I really got to see if I can go because that'd be a dream to do it, especially because the convention aspect of it, just being surrounded by all the Disney fans on the show floor and doing Disney cosplay. Oh, it's a dream. But at least personally, I still will be able to check out Disney World once again. I have a trip scheduled for November, so it is coming up very soon. And I'm excited to be able to go back home because it's been a couple years for me. So it'll be nice to see the changes. It'll be nice to celebrate before Dinosaur goes away officially. I'm still sad about that. But to look forward to the positive things coming. Because again, it's all about balance here. But as always, let me know what you guys think. Are you happy with the changes that are coming, even as minor as they are? And is there anything else you want to know or would love to see? And do you think there's going to be a lot more bigger announcements next year? So you can stay tuned for a lot more coming out. And as always, I hope you have a magical day and I will see you real soon.